Hey, good morning. This is Kent Blaylock with SDG Replays coming to you live and in color early in the morning, 7:18 in the AM on this October 1st morning. Hope everyone is well. I want to get some early morning boxing out today before I head off to do a little work this morning. So that's what we're into. I hope you'll enjoy as we continue in this BunkerBoxing League 32-man double elimination tournament. We are going to be going into the second round. We're deep into the second round now, down in the elimination bracket. So this is a win or go home bout this morning between the 13th seeded James Jeffries and the 29th seeded Jeanette. Should be an interesting, great battle, both great fighters. Like I've said before, when you narrow it down to 32 of the best heavyweight boxers of all time, whether you're seeded 13th or 29th, you're going to have a battle. So that's what we got on our hands for us this morning. James Jeffries had a career record of 19 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws with 16 knockouts. He does punch with power. He's a 5 with his power punching, but he's also, when his opponent is stunned or fatigued, he is an 8. So good power. His chin knocked down. He does not knock down very easily. He's a 1. And he's a 2 to 3. He's stunned. He KOs at a 2, and his will is a 3, and he cuts at a 5. His foul is a 9, so Jeffries fought dirty. And today's referee is referee Mills Lane, and he's very tough on fouls, so there'll be a +2 to fouls, so Jeffries will be an 11 with his fouls. Jeffries is an inside puncher. He has the body snatcher trait, which means any exchange, it's a solo exchange. His inside punches can't be blocked, so there will be no defense from Jeanette on inside exchanges. On the inside, he's 0 to 53, so he lands 53% of his punches on the inside. On the outside, he's not as accurate as he's 0 to 46. His defense is average, 1 to 3. He'll take away a punch, and 4 and 5, he will add a punch. He counters from 1 to 4. So average at best, if not poor on his defense. So that's the tale of the tape for James Jeffries. Now Jeanette. Jeanette had a career record of 82 wins, 10 losses, and 10 draws, with 69 by stoppage. His power is a 4, and when his opponent is fatigued or hurt, it's a 6. His chin knockdown is a 3, so he knocks down a little easier, and he stuns 4 to 6. But his chin KO is a 1, and his will is a 5, and he cuts at a 4. And he fouls at a 3, but for this bout, because of Mills Lane, it'll be a 5. He has no traits, and he is a boxer who likes to go on the inside as well from 0 to 51. But he's not that bad at the outside either, as he's 0 to 48. So 51% of his punches landed on the inside, 48% on the outside. His defense is much better than Jeffries, as from 1 to 4, he's going to take away a punch, and 5, he's going to take away 2 punches, and he will counter from 1 to 6. So that's the tale of the tape for our fighters. This is going to be a 10-round bout in this double elimination tournament. Jeffries will have momentum as we start this fight because he is the higher seeded fighter, and also star rating. I forgot to give you the ring general stars. James Jeffries is a 10-star fighter, so he's going to have an advantage in that. But Jeanette's just right behind. He's a 9-star. So ring generalship, Jeffries should have the slight advantage on that, as he does have a 3-star on the inside when you roll a 2. So that will be the tale of the tape. Both fighters have got their instructions from their corners. It's time to get this fight started. Mills Lane brings them out to the center, gives them their instructions. They touch gloves, go back to their corners. The bell rings, the dice roll. 6 and a 3. We'll see a toe-to-toe right off the bat from the inside. James Jeffries from the inside, 90 from the inside. It is a clinch as both fighters are trying to rough up the other to get the advantage. But we go to the 240 segment with no punches thrown. 1 and a 5. Again, we'll see a toe-to-toe. This time from the outside. Jeffries going off. He throws a jab, a hook, and then an uppercut that gets through the guard of Joe Jeanette. And they will be a cut check on Jeanette after he answers back. He answers back with a 53. He misses, but the roll of 11 is outside his cut range as we go to the 220 mark here in round number 1. 4 and 3. Well, again, James Jeffries on the offensive from the inside. 38 from the inside. A jab, a hook, and the uppercut again. 3 more punches land as Joe Jeanette allows all those punches through with the roll of a 7. And now there will again be a chin check on Jeanette as Jeffries is landing heavy right off the bat here in the round. Chin check, Joe Jeanette. And it is a 3. He does indeed. James Jeffries comes out in the first 40 seconds of this bout. He is knocked down Joe Jeanette. Joe Jeanette goes down in a heap on the mat here in the round. First round knockdown of Joe Jeanette. So first round, Joe Jeanette goes down. His chin KO is a 1. So on a roll of 1, this fight will be over. And he does not. He gets up at the count of 6. But Joe Jeanette is knocked down as we go to the 2-minute mark. James Jeffries will be unopposed as he's landing heavy leather here in round number 1. And he will be going from the outside, 14 from the outside. Withering blows in the pocket. He lands 4 more punches. And Joe Jeanette allows all 4 punches to get through. And now there will be a will check for Joe Jeanette as James Jeffries is just smothering Jeanette as Mills Lane is looking on. Will he step in? His will is a 5, and it's just outside of his will rating of 5 as the fight continues as we go to the minute 40 mark. So far, all James Jeffries in this round. 6 and a 4. This time, Joe Jeanette on the offensive from the outside, 44 from the outside. He does lead with a hook and a cross. 2 punches landed as he finally gets on the scoreboard as we go to the minute 20 mark as all those find their mark. 4 and a 1. Again, toe-to-toe from the inside. This time, Joe Jeanette leading off from the inside. 40 from the inside, a lead hook and a cross. 2 more punches landed, and he lands hard and heavy as he's looking to get back in this fight. There will be a chin check of Jeffries. First, he answers back with a 46. He digs a hook to the body. 2 punches landed, and 1 upstairs to the head as there will be a cut check on Jeanette. But first, chin check, James Jeffries, as it's just outside of his stun rating of 4, so he does not. Now cut check for Joe Jeanette, and there's no cut as we go to the minute mark. A very action-packed first round. 5 and 4. Again, a toe-to-toe from the outside. 20 from the outside. Jeanette leading off from the outside. Several blows find their mark. He gets 3 punches in as he goes to the body and the head of James Jeffries. Jeffries looks to answer back. A 63. He does not. He misses as we go to the 42nd mark here in round number 1. Double fives. We'll see another toe-to-toe from the inside. Jeanette leading off first from the inside. He misses. Jeffries in return does not. A 28 from the inside. A jab, a hook, and he gets that uppercut through the guard one more time on Joe Jeanette. And there will again be another chin check for Jeanette, but the 13 is well outside of his range as he takes that blow and keeps moving forward. 20 seconds to go in the round. 5 and 4. Again, another toe-to-toe, this time from the outside. 91 from the outside. It's a clinch, and the bell rings as it was an action-packed first round. Seeing Joe Jeanette being knocked down in the very first round of this fight as Jeffries come out blazing. Jeffries in that round landed 15 punches, and many of them heavy punches to the body and the face of Joe Jeanette. And that was 15 punches landed to 7 for Jeanette. And both fighters, I forgot to give their stamina. Both fighters are 90 stamina fighters. And round number 1 will be easy for our judges, who are Gwen Adair, Frank Lombardi, and David Mendoza. But since there was a knockdown in that first round, it will be 10-8 rounds across the board in round number 1. So round 1 easily and heavily by James Jeffries as Joe Jeanette found the canvas in round number 1. As we move on to round number 2, fighters are getting their instructions from their corners. Jeffries' corner, keep it going, champ. You've got Jeanette on the ropes, and Jeanette being told to get busy, keep your hands up, land. A whole lot of fight left. This is not out of your reach yet. As we go to round number 2, fighters up off their stools, bell rings, dice rolls. 4 and a 5. Again, a toe-to-toe from the inside. Jeffries leading off from the inside. 12 from the inside. The withering blows in the pocket. 4 punches land as Jeanette looks to answer back. He answers back with a 14 from the inside. Looping cross closes the action. 4 punches land as he throws a couple jabs and that looping cross to land 4 punches. There will be a chin check of Jeffries with that roll of 2, but the 16 is well outside of his range as Jeffries just laughs that off and keeps moving forward as we go to the 240 mark here in the round. 3 and a 5. We'll see Jeanette on the offensive from the inside. 33 from the inside. Several blows find their mark as he goes to the body and then the head of James Jeffries. 3 punches land, and they will all find their mark as we go to the 220 mark here in the round. 3 and 3. Again, Joe Jeanette on the inside. 92 on the inside. That is a clinch as we go to the 2-minute mark here in the round. 3 and 5. Again, Joe Jeanette on the inside. That's an 0-9 from the inside. That looping cross, again, closing the action as he's firing that cross in behind his jab as he lands 4 punches. But one of those is defended, taken on the gloves of James Jeffries as 3 punches are landed that segment. Joe Jeanette getting busy as we go to the minute 40 mark here in the round. 5-1. Toe-to-toe from the inside. Jeanette leading off from the inside. He misses. Jeffries answers back from the inside. An 86 from the inside is a clinch. There will be no punches landed as we go to the minute 20 mark, a much slower round as each fighter is filling the other out. 6-3. Toe-to-toe again on the inside. Joe Jeanette from the inside. Again, clinch. He clinches. No punches landed in the segment as both are getting their wind after a busy first round. 2-3. This time, James Jeffries from the inside. 98 from the inside. That is a foul. One punch will land, and the one on the die says there indeed is a foul, and no surprise with Jeffries, and that foul will be for holding and not breaking. He gets a warning from Mills Lane in round number 2 to cut it out and box. As we go to the 42nd mark here in the round. Double fives. We'll see again a toe-to-toe from the inside. Jeanette leading off from the inside. A lead hook and a cross. 2 punches landed. And there will be a chin check for James Jeffries after he answers back with a 70 from the outside. He misses, and the 13 on that roll well beyond his chin check as we go to the 22nd mark in a round that's being dominated by Jeanette. 5-6. James Jeffries will close out the round, though, on the outside, 27 from the outside. That jab, hook, and the uppercut getting through the guard. But the uppercut was blocked as as Jeffries gets 3 punches through. As the bell sounds for round number 2, a much better round for Joe Jeanette. As in that round, Jeffries landed 7 punches to 12 for Jeanette. So a 5-punch differential. This time our judges have a little bit more to deliberate about. Judge Gwen Adair her scores in. Frank Lombardi, his scores in, and now David Mendoza. All the scores are in so far. A very tightly contested second round. I still have Jeffries up because of the 10-8 round, but because of the knockdown in the first round. He's still leading this fight, but it just narrowed as Jeanette fought a busy, very cautious second round, taking the round in punches landed, but did that sway the judges after seeing him knocked down in round number 1? We shall see. We shall see. As we go to round number 3, fighters up off their stools. Bell sounds as the dice roll. 4-6. We'll see James Jeffries on the offensive from the inside. 95 from the inside. Again, Jeffries throwing low, and again, he will be warned. Was it a low blow? What did he do this time? This time, throwing elbows. He's trying to intimidate Joe Jeanette, as in round 3, he's now been warned for elbows. James Jeffries, dirty boxing here in round number 3. as we go to the 240 mark here in the round. 4 and 3. Again, James Jeffries on the offensive from the inside. This time it's a 92 from the inside, and that is a clinch as we go to the 220 mark as Jeanette hangs on after shaking off the elbow to the head. 3 and 5. This time, Jeanette from the inside, 53 from the inside. He misses. No counter from James Jeffries as we go to the 2-minute mark in the round. 1 and 3. We'll see this time Jeffries on the defensive from the outside. 37 from the outside. Several blows. That again, he digs the hook to the body and then one to the head. 2 punches landed. Jeanette allows all those punches through, and that hook to the head is a heavy hook as there will be a chin check for Jeanette. And he keeps moving forward, grins at James Jeffries as they continue to exchange. As we go to the minute 40 mark, 2 and 4. This time on the offensive, James Jeffries on the inside, 50 from the inside. He's digging to the body again and up to the head. Both punches get through. And again, they are heavy as there will be another chin check on Jeanette as he allows those punches through. And he is knocked down again here in round number 3. James Jeffries' power has asserted itself again in round number 3. Here in round number 3, we see Jeanette. And I just realized that my fighters have the same initials. Make that correction in round. We'll do Joe J. So he's been knocked down. Jeanette is knocked down here again in the minute 40 segment in round number 3. Already the second time he's found the mat. His KO rating is 1. So here we go. And he gets up easily. He gets up at the count of 3, but he will be stunned going into the minute 20 segment. So Jeffries will be unopposed this time from the inside again, 49 from the inside. That's digging that hook to the body. 2 more punches landed, but there will be no will check as we go to the minute mark here in the round. A round so far that has been all James Jeffries, 5 and 3. This time a toe-to-toe from the outside. Jeffries leading off, 37 from the outside. Again, he's digging to the body, going to the body of Jeanette. 2 more hooks landed as Jeanette looks to answer back. A 19 from the inside. Looping cross again behind some jabs. He lands 4 punches in that exchange, and they are heavy punches as we go to check the chin of James Jeffries. And it is a 2. He is now stunned. He has been stunned here as we go to the 42nd segment here in the 3rd round. What a round as these fighters have been throwing heavy leather. As now James Jeffries has been stunned by Jeanette. As we go to the 42nd segment, Jeanette will be unopposed as he's throwing from the inside, a 90 from the inside, and Jeffries smartly clinches as we go to the 22nd mark of this round to end the fight. 6 and a 3. It'll be again toe-to-toe from the inside. Jeanette leading off from the inside. A 71, he misses. Jeffries answers back with a 61. He misses as the bell sounds. A very exciting round. Not many punches landed that round, but they were heavy and they were hard as we saw Jeanette once again go to the mat, but then coming back and stunning Jeffries at the end of the round. So that will be 9 punches landed to 5 in round number 3. But again, we saw Jeanette on the canvas. That allows Jeffries to further distance himself in this fight as he's put Jeanette on the mat twice here in the first 3 rounds. Judge Gwen Adair turns her card into the commission. Frank Lombardi follows suit, then David Mendoza, as this fight continues on as we go to round 4. Corners working with their boxer, giving last instructions. They're up off their stools. Bell rings as the dice roll. 5 and 2, toe-to-toe from the outside. Jeffries leading off from the outside, 16 from the outside. Again, those withering blows as he's in the pocket, throwing hooks and crosses as he lands 4 punches to the body and head of Jeanette. Jeanette answers back with a 45 from the outside. He leads with a hook and a cross. 2 punches land as we go to the 240 segment here in the round. James Jeffries still with momentum, 5 and a 4. Again, we'll see a toe-to-toe from the outside. Jeffries leading off, 66 from the outside. He misses. Jeanette does not. He counters back with an 0-5 from the outside. He loops that cross in behind the jab as he lands 4 more punches as we go to the 220 mark here in the round. 3 and 5. We'll see Jeanette on the offensive from the inside, 0-5 from the inside. He continues to get that looping cross in behind several jabs as he lands 4 more punches. And there will be a cut check on James Jeffries as he allows all those to get through. Jeffries cuts it a 5, and the 10 is well outside that range as we go to the 2-minute mark here in round number 4. Boxcars, as we see James Jeffries on the offensive from the inside, 14 from the inside. He's in the pocket again, throwing those withering blows as he lands 4 more punches. Jeanette allows only 3 of those through as he defends one of those, but there will be a chin check at Jeanette as they are strong, powerful blows. Chin check for Jeanette. And he moves forward, this time taking those blows as we go to the minute 40 mark here in the round. 1 and a 4. Again, a toe-to-toe from the outside. Jeffries leading off from the outside. 88 from the outside. He misses. Jeanette looks to answer back with an 87 from the outside, but he misses as well as we go to the minute 20 mark, throwing heavy, big blows, but being defended well by Jeffries and Jeanette. As we go to the minute 20 mark here in the round, 3 and a 5, we'll see Jeanette on the offensive from the inside, 19 from the inside. Again, getting that looping cross through, but this time Jeffries sees that cross coming through as he blocks the cross as 3 punches instead of 4 are landed. As we go to the minute mark here in the round, another exciting round. Jeanette getting back his senses after being knocked down in round number 3. 1 and a 5, toe-to-toe from the inside. Jeanette going first on the inside again, looping that cross in as he gets 4 more punches in as Jeffries looks to answer back. And he answers back, but he does not. He misses as we go to the 42nd mark here in the round, a round being won by Jeanette. 5 and a 6. We'll see Jeanette on the offensive from the inside, a 78 from the inside. He misses. No counter from Jeffries as we go to the 22nd mark here in the round. 4 and 3. We'll see James Jeffries close it out, 94 from the inside. As the bell rings, he clinches, and that will be a much better round for Jeanette as he was much busier landing the majority of the punches, as James Jeffries landed 7 punches in the round to 17 for Jeanette. 10 punch differential this morning. I've got a frog in my throat this morning. Must be the allergies. Give it 1 second. And here we go. Judges 10 punch differential that round. Judge Gwen Adair, Frank Lombardi, and now David Mendoza. All right. Scores are in. Much better round for Joe Jeanette. All three judges' cards are in. As we look to go to round number 5 in this 10-round bout. Both fighters still with plenty of stamina left. We have 49 for Jeffries, 52 for Jeanette. As we go into round number 5, both fighters up off their stools. Bell rings as the dice roll. 5 and 1. We'll see a toe-to-toe from the inside. Joe Jeanette leading off from the inside. 27 from the inside. Several blows find their mark as he lands 2 to the body and 1 to the head of James Jeffries. He answers back with a 91. And he misses. Well, actually, it's a clinch. So those punches will be taken back. No punches landed in that segment. 240 mark here of the round. 3 and a 4. We'll see Joe Jeanette on the offensive from the outside. 26 from the outside. Again, getting several blows through, and they find the mark going, digging to the body, and then across, a left cross to the head of James Jeffries. He allows all 3 of those punches through, and they are hard, heavy punches, as there will be a chin check for James Jeffries, and he just laughs it off. He does not fear the power of Joe Jeanette as he moves forward to the 220 mark here in the round. 5 and a 1, toe-to-toe from the inside. Joe Jeanette leading off first. Again, landing several blows, 3 finding their mark. As James Jeffries answers back with a 98. He again answers back, but he answers back by throwing low, and this time Mills Lane does not see the low blow as we go to the 2-minute mark, as James Jeffries is trying to slow down the momentum of Joe Jeanette after round number 4. 2 and a 1. This time that will be James Jeffries on the offensive from the inside. 87 from the inside, and that will be a clinch. No punches landed as Joe Jeanette is trying to recover from that low blow. 1 and a 5. Again, toe-to-toe from the inside. Jeanette leading off from the inside. He misses. Jeffries answering back. He does not. 39 from the inside. A jab, a hook, and then an uppercut that clears the guard of Joe Jeanette as 3 punches are landed as we go to the minute 20 mark here in round number 5. 4 and a 4, toe-to-toe. This time, James Jeffries leading off from the inside. 38 from the inside. He again throws that jab, hook to the body, then the uppercut to the jaw that gets 3 more punches through Joe Jeanette's defense. Jeanette looks to answer back, and he does. A 31 from the inside. Again, he gets 3 punches through, 2 hooks to the body, and a left hook to the face of James Jeffries. 3 punches landed. As we go to the minute mark here in the round, tightly contested round, 3 and 4. We'll see Joe Jeanette on the outside, 84 on the outside. He misses, but no counter from James Jeffries as we come to the 42nd mark here in the round. 6-2. Jeanette on the offensive from the outside, 10 from the outside. Again, he gets that looping cross in behind 2 jabs and a cross, and then another cross. 4 punches landed as we go to the 22nd mark as James Jeffries allows all those punches through. 2 and a 3. Again, that is Jeffries on the inside, 85 from the inside, and that will be a clinch as the bell sounds. And another busy and good round from Jeanette as he is trying to show his boxing skills over James Jeffries as he again outpunched Jeffries 13-7 in the round. So a 6 punch differential in this round. As round number 5 is concluded, 6 punch differential. Judge Gwen Adair, how will she see it? All right. Frank Lombardi. And now David Mendoza. All right, judges' scores are in. And this fight is tightening up. I still have Jeffries leading because of the 2 knockdowns, but Jeanette has won, in my eyes, the last 2 rounds. But those 10-8 rounds so far are the difference in this fight. As we go to round number 6, fighters up off their stools, being encouraged and implored by their corners to get busy. Bell rings as the dice roll. 6 and 4. We'll see Jeanette on the offensive from the inside, 76 from the inside, but there will be no counter as we go to the 240 mark here of the round. 5 and 2. This time toe-to-toe. From the outside, 59 from the outside. Jeanette misses. James Jeffries answers back with an 80. He misses as well as we go to the 220 mark here of the round. 5 and 3. This time, James Jeffries on the offensive from the outside. 96 from the outside again. Jeffries fighting dirty, and this time he is indeed caught again. What will be the foul this time? This time, again, this time he's warned for a headbutt. That will be his 3rd warning in this fight. But each time it's been a different foul. Round 6, this time headbutt. As we go to the 2-minute mark here in the round, as he is fouling pretty excessively. 4 and 4 this time. We will be going toe-to-toe. Jeanette still with momentum from the outside, 72 from the outside. He misses. Jeffries answering back with a 91 from the outside. That will be a clinch as we go to the minute 40 mark in the round as Jeanette is clinching after the headbutt to clear his dome. 1 and a 3. We'll see James Jeffries on the offensive from the outside. An 11 from the outside. He's throwing those withering blows. He's in the pocket again, throwing hooks to the body and the face of Jeanette as he gets 4 punches through, and they all go through, and they're heavy and hard as that hook snaps the head of Jeanette. There will be a chin check, and this time he keeps moving forward as we go to the minute 20 mark here in the round. 5 and a 1. Again, toe-to-toe from the outside. This time, Jeffries leading off from the outside. 22, that jab, hook, and then the uppercut gets through the guard of Jeanette as he lands 4 punches, 4 hard punches. Jeanette looking to answer back with the 99, and this will be our first event check of this fight. 99. What will the event be? So roll the die. And it's an 84. Both fighters fall to the ground during clinch. No action, no other action this turn as we go to the minute mark here in the round. As both fighters stumbling over the other's feet. Minute mark, 1 and a 1. Toe-to-toe again from the outside. Jeffries leading off from the outside. 47. Digs a hook to the body and then one to the head. And the one to the head is a heavy one as he gets 2 punches through, but there will be a chin check on Jeanette after Jeanette answers back. 17 himself. That's again 4 punches landed by Jeanette. But now chin check again for Jeanette. And he takes those punches and moves forward, taking back momentum. As we're in the 42nd mark, 6 and 1. Jeanette on the offensive from the inside. He misses, but no counter as the 5 is just outside of his counter range. 20 seconds to go in the round. 5 and 5. We'll see a toe-to-toe from the inside. Jeanette leading off. He misses. James Jeffries, can he take advantage to close out the round? He does not. He misses as well as the bell rings. This time a much better round from James J. Jeffries as he in that round landed 11 punches to Jeanette's 4. 7-punch differential in round number 6. This time to James J. Jeffries. So with Judge Winnie Dare. All right. Frank Lombardi. All right. And David Mendoza. Okay, scores are in. Judges are seeing a tightly contested bout between these two. I still, after 6 rounds, still have to give the slight edge to Jeffries because of those 2 knockdowns in those 10-8 rounds. I think that's the difference in the fight so far as we go into round number 7. Fighters up off their stools. Bell rings. This is a dice roll. 6 and 2. Jeanette on the offensive from the outside. 53 from the outside. But there will be no counter from James Jeffries as we go to the 240 segment. 4 and 1. Again, this time a toe-to-toe from the inside. Jeanette leading off. He misses. James Jeffries answering back with an 80. He misses as well as we go to the 220 mark. Both fighters swinging wildly, trying to knock out their opponent as we go to the 220 mark. 1 and a 4. This time, toe-to-toe from the outside. Jeanette leading off, 74 from the outside. He misses. Jeffries answers back, and we have a 99 again. We go back to our event chart. What will this unfold for us? And it is a 1. It's a 26, Just looking at my D6s. Opponent loses 5 extra stamina points this round from body blows, 2 punches landed. So James Jeffrey lands 2 heavy punches to the body of Joe Jeanette, as he will lose 5 stamina points in that exchange alone, as we go to the 2-minute mark here in round number 7. 4 and 3. Again, James Jeffries on the offensive from the inside, 90 from the inside. That will be a clinch. No punches landed in that segment as Joe Jeanette still trying to get over those heavy body blows. 5 and 5. We'll see another toe-to-toe from the outside. James Jeffries from the outside. He misses. Joe Jeanette answers back. He misses as well as we go to the minute 20 mark. Both fighters having a hard time to getting blows in this round. 4 and 5. We'll again see a toe-to-toe from the inside. James Jeffries from the inside. A jab, a hook, jab to the face, hook to the body, an uppercut to the chin. 3 punches get through, and that uppercut connects heavily as there will be a chin check for Jeanette after his response. He answers back with an 0-5 from the inside. That looping cross gets through, and it's a heavy cross as 4 punches are landed. And there will be a chin check on Jeffries, but first, chin check, Joe Jeanette. And he takes the punch as that looping cross gets through, and both fighters take both those heavy blows as we go to the minute mark, as they're throwing heavy leather here in round number 7. 6 and 2 sees Joe Jeanette on the offensive from the outside. He misses, but there will be no counter from James Jeffries as we go to the 42nd mark here in the round. 5 and 2. See a toe-to-toe from the outside. Joe Jeanette leading off from the outside. He misses. As he misses wildly, James Jeffrey looks to counter back, and he does big with a withering blows in the pocket as he lands 4 more punches as we go to the last 20 seconds, as he lands hard and heavy to the body and head of Joe Jeanette. 1 and 5. We'll again see a toe-to-toe from the outside. Jeffries leading off from the outside. He misses. Joe Jeanette countering back with an 18 from the outside. He gets that looping cross again after a couple blows to the body and jabs to the face. That looping cross gets through as the bell sounds in a very tightly contested and even round 7, as we see Jeffries landing 9 punches to 8 for Joe Jeanette. So round 7, only a 1-punch differential. How will the judges score this round? Judge Gwen Adair, Frank Lombardi, and now David Mendoza. All right. Judges' scores are in. Gwen Adair turns in her tally, as does Frank Lombardi. And now David Mendoza. This fight is getting interesting. Last 3 rounds of this bout as we go into round number 8. Fighters up off their stool. Both still have plenty of stamina left. 24 for Jeffries, 20 for Jeanette. As the bell rings, the dice roll, a 1 and a 5. See a toe-to-toe from the outside. Jeffrey leads off from the outside, 93 from the outside. It's a clinch. No punches landed as we go to the 240 segment. 2 and 4. That'll automatically go to Jeffries as he's the 3-star on the inside. 13 from the inside. Again in the pocket, throwing withering blows, going to the body and then the head of Joe Jeanette to try and wear him down as all 4 punches get through as we go to the 220 mark here in the round. 4 and 1. Again, toe-to-toe from the inside. James Jeffries trying to connect big. But Joe Jeanette sees the heavy punches coming and he grabs and holds on as he clinches as we go to the 2-minute mark here in round number 8. 3 and 5. We'll see this time Joe Jeanette going on the offensive from the inside, 22 from the inside. Several blows get through, hooks to the body, and then a hook to the head. 3 punches landed, and they all get through, and even one more as the defense allows another punch through. And they are hard, heavy punches. There will be a chin check of James Jeffries, and he just laughs at Joe Jeanette, again, having no fear of Jeanette's power as we continue on in the round. 5 and 2. Again, a toe-to-toe from the outside. Joe Jeanette leading off, 83 from the outside. He misses. Jeffries firing back, 62. He misses as well as we go to the minute 20 mark. 2 and a 3. We'll see James Jeffries on the offensive from the inside. He misses. And Joe Jeanette indeed will counter back as he lands 2 hooks to the body of James Jeffries as we go to the minute mark here in the round. 3 and 2. Joe Jeanette on the outside, 0-5 from the outside. Again, he's looping that cross in behind jabs as 4 punches landed. But James Jeffries indeed did see that cross coming, and he blocks 1 as only 3 get through as we go to the 42nd mark here in the round. 5 and 4, toe-to-toe from the outside. Joe Jeanette first from the outside. Several blows find their mark as he lands 3 more punches as James Jeffries looks to answer back with a 48 as he digs a hook to the body. 2 more punches land as he lands as we go to the 22nd mark here in the round. 4 and 1, toe-to-toe from the inside. Jeanette leading off from the inside. That is a 93. That will be a clinch as the bell sounds. Another exciting round, and this time Joe Jeanette trying to win some points from the judges as he outpunches Jeffries 12-6 in that round, doubling up on him. 6-punch differential for our judges, as our judges are having a tough time with this, scoring this bout. Again, I think because of the knockdowns, Jeffries is still leading, but it's getting awfully tight, and who knows how the judges will go. 6-punch differential. Judge Win Adair. Now Frank Lombardi. And David Mendoza. And all scores are in. I think that was a round won by Joe Jeanette, tightening this bout up. It's getting interesting as we go into round number 9. 2 more rounds in this 10-round bout. And right now, it is anybody's fight as we go to round number 9. Their corner's giving them instructions. You have to stay busy. This fight is still up for grabs. They're up off their stools, staring at their opponent across the ring. Bell rings as a dice roll. 5 and 4. Again, a toe-to-toe from the outside. Joe Jeanette will lead off from the outside. 85. He misses. Jeffrey enters back with a 90 from the outside. Both opponents miss as we go to the 240 segment. 5 and 2. Again, a toe-to-toe from the outside. Jeanette leading off again. 76 from the outside. He misses as he's throwing hard and heavy, trying to knock down Jeffries. But Jeffries fires back with a 46 from the outside, and it's just inside of his range as he digs hooks to the body of Joe Jeanette as he regains momentum as we go to the 220 mark. 5 and 6. we'll see James Jeffries on the offensive from the outside. 31 from the outside. A jab, a hook, and then that uppercut that gets through. 3 punches landed, and now there will be a cut check for Joe Jeanette, who cuts at a 4, and it is a 9 as we move forward to the 2-minute mark here in the round. 4 and 4. Be a toe-to-toe from the inside. Jeffries leading off from the inside. He misses. Jeanette looking to answer back, and he answers back big. 0-5 from the inside. That looping cross, again getting through after a couple jabs. 4 punches landed as we go to the minute 40 mark here in the round. Boxcars as James Jeffries goes on the offensive from the inside. He digs the hook to the body. 2 more punches landing as he's trying to take the win from Joe Jeanette. As we go to the minute 20 mark here in the round. 1 and 1. Again, toe-to-toe, this time from the outside. Jeffries from the outside. 10 from the outside. He again gets in the pocket and throws some withering blows as he lands 4 more punches. As Jeanette looks to fire back, and he fires back big himself as he lands 4 of his own with a big looping cross coming in behind the jab as we go to the minute mark here in the round. 2 and 6. Will this time see James Jeffries on the offensive from the inside. 40 from the inside. Jab, hook, uppercut, getting through the guard again of Joe Jeanette as we go to the 42nd mark here in the round. 4 and 1. Again, a toe-to-toe from the inside. Jeffries leading off first. Again, he's throwing that jab, hook into the body, and then a left uppercut to the jaw of Joe Jeanette as Jeanette looks to answer back. And he answers back big with a smothering attack as he lands 5 punches. As we go to the 22nd mark, both fighters firing away, trying to sway the judges. 3 and a 4. We'll see Joe Jeanette close it out from the outside, 86 from the outside, but he misses as the bell rings. And another exciting round as we end this bout. And in that round, there were 17 punches landed by James Jeffries that will have Jeanette fatigued as we go into the last round, and 13 for Jeanette. And that will have both fighters fatigued for round number 10. 4-punch differential makes the scoring tight. Win a dare. All right. Now, Frank Lombardi. Okay. And David Mendoza. All right. Scores are in. Now, this is getting interesting as we go to round number 10. So both corners are telling their fighters, you have to get busy. This fight is up for grabs. You have to win round number 10 and try to win it decisively as we go to round number 10. Both fighters weary, fatigued. We'll be reading from the right column. Corners telling them, suck it up. Last round. It's win or go home. Both fighters eye the other. Come to center ring. Touch gloves out of respect for a hard-fought fight. The bell rings as the dice are rolled. 5 and 2 will be a toe-to-toe from the outside, with James Jeffries leading off with a 27 from the outside. That jab, hook, and uppercut getting through once more the guard of Joe Jeanette. Jeanette answers back with a 97. He throws one punch, and it could be a foul, but it's well outside his foul range as he gets that low blow in as he's trying to take some of the stamina away from Jeffries with that low blow. 1-5. Again, toe-to-toe. This time from the outside, James Jeffries. That will be a clinch as we go to the 220 mark. Oh, nope, that's a miss. As Jeanette answers back with a 31 from the outside. Several blows find their mark. 3 punches land. But we had to take back one of those because of the fatigue to get through. As that will be a chin check because his opponent is fatigued, and he's a 5 if his opponent is fatigued. So here we go. But the 7 is outside of the chin knockdown of James Jeffries as we go to the 220 mark. So some heavy blows thrown, but both fighters keep moving forward. Again, a 5 and a 4 toe-to-toe from the outside. Jeanette leading off from the outside, 24 from the outside. Several blows find their mark. 2 more punches are landed. Jeffries answering back with a 42 from the outside. He gets 1 punch in of his own as we go to the 2-minute mark as he lands to the body of Jeanette. 2-minute mark. 1 and a 4. Again, a toe-to-toe from the outside. Jeanette leading off from the outside. And he will get 1 punch through. A sharp jab to the face of James Jeffries as Jeffrey looks to answer back with the 53 from the outside. He misses as we go to the minute 40 mark here in the round. 3-3. Jeanette on the offensive from the inside. 87 from the inside will end in a clinch as we go to the minute 20 mark. Both fighters try to rough up the other. James Jeffries from the inside. 71 from the inside. He misses as we're going into the last minute of this bout. Who will take charge? 3 and a 2. Jeanette from the outside. 97. He again is checked for a foul as he lands 1 punch. It's just outside of his foul. 3. As he gets away with another low blow. Hey, Huss, how are you doing? You're coming in just at the end of this bout. This has been an exciting bout between these two. Jeanette was knocked down twice in this bout. I forgot to write it down. He was knocked down again. He was knocked down in the first and the third. He was stunned and then knocked down. So here we are in round number 10. Last 40 seconds of the fight, and it's anybody's bout. 5-2, toe-to-toe from the outside. Jeanette leading off first. He misses as James Jeffries answers back with a 28. 2 punches landed. And it's a power check, and it's a chin check of Jeanette in that return, and he is knocked down here in round number 10. Round number 10, he is knocked down, and his chin KO now is a 4. So in the last 40 seconds, he gets up, but in the last 20 seconds, Jeffries will be unopposed as he'll be going from the outside. 51 from the outside. He misses as the bell rings. That's our bout. That's our fight. In that round, tight round, 6 punches landed by Jeffries to 7 by Jeanette. With that last flurry of punches in the last 40 seconds, Might have swayed the judges as Jeanette was stunned. So how were our judges' score? Win a dare. All right. Frank Lombardi. Okay. And David Mendoza. All right. Judges are turning in their scorecards, tallying it up. The commission's tallying it up. Tightly contested fight. I kind of see it. I think because of the knockdowns, this is James Jeffries' fight. But it was close. Very, very close. So let's go to the judges' cards. Judge Gwen Adair scores the fight 96-92. Judge Frank Lombardi scores the bout 94-94. And Judge David Mendoza scores it 96-94. And your winner by split decision, James J. Jeffries. So those knockdowns were the deciding factor in this fight. Those 10-8 rounds decided it. And now the bout is done. James Jeffrey continues on in this tournament. Joe Jeanette disappointedly goes home, giving it his all in his fight against James Jeffries. So a 10-round split decision going to James Jeffries as he moves on forward in our double elimination tournament, still in the loser's bracket, but winning and moving forward as this fight ends. I hope everyone has a good day. Enjoy the day that God has given you.